Hey guys, so I'm bringing you quite a major video here. This is completely unexpected to me. I thoroughly didn't expect Jagex to do this. I did not expect them to take notice of what people had wanted. While I did, they'd made that post saying they'd look into it, and I didn't expect them to bring it back in this manner. Now, as you see the title of the post right here, Old School RuneScape Anyone. This is also on the homepage, but I opened it on the forums because it has an extra FAQ at the bottom with some useful information. Now, basically, what they said is, they talked about the thread that Mod Park posted last week, talking about bringing back the old RuneScape servers. Now, this is because of the petition that So Wrecked started, which gathered quite a lot of votes. I'm not sure exactly how many votes it got, and I think people could vote twice on that, so they could vote multiple times. However, Jagex have obviously noticed this and realised that's a lot of votes. You've got to think, over 25,000 votes. I know it got at least 25,000, I think. And that's a lot of votes for a website that's not on RuneScape.com. This is not being advertised by Jagex, this petition. This is simply being advertised by YouTubers, pretty much spreading it around. Now, to manage to get that many votes from just that is quite well done to the petition. And obviously it's got Jagex's attention. Now, they pretty much talk about how it would work, saying that, talking about the wilderness vote, saying it'd be very much like that. So there is going to be a vote, and this vote's going to start on Friday the 15th and will be active for 2 weeks. And if I get my words right, depending on how many votes the poll gets, as you can see, there's as many levels, will specify what sort of service this 2007 Scape gets. Now, that's the year that they'll be bringing back. They happen to have a backup from August 2007. This is the server that will come online, and everyone will be on new accounts. Because that's what I was wondering at first. We'll be on accounts from that time, or we'll be on new ones. Now, I see benefits to both sides. I would really like to see my account from August 2007 play on that. I think it'd be really interesting. However, if you go to the FAQ, it does start you. Everyone will start from fresh. Now, this is good. This will be very interesting. Everyone's going to be equal. Everyone will be on the same levels. It'll be a race to everything. Who's going to get the first 99 attack? Who's going to get the first 99 herb blow? It's going to be quite fun in that sort of respect. Now, I, for one, wasn't really majorly excited about 2007, getting 2007 RuneScape back. I'm quite happy with the game as it is. And to be honest, I'm not so sure it would be a good thing for the new game. Now, what they have said is that no matter what happens, when they bring it back, it will not affect the main game, apart from at first. Because of the fact they will get new development team in. This will give them the money they require to get new staff in to run this service for us. Now, this implies that they're going to add a fee to it. No, not necessarily, and I will go straight into the levels of different skills. So if it gets 50,000 or more votes, there will be a membership fee, an additional membership fee of around $15 US. So obviously, depending on your region of the world, it'll be just translated from $15 to whatever currency you use, and that is quite a big fee. Now, I think currently, I'm not sure, $5, $6-ish, it might be, or $7, something around that. So that is about double the membership price for now. So that is quite expensive. And I imagine it will hit 50,000. Now, if it hits 50,000, the 2007 servers will come back with that additional fee. Now, the servers will receive no content updates and only critical maintenance. So, no bug fixes, no nothing, pretty much. Only something that really kills the server is going to get fixed. So, paying $15 for effectively nothing, apart from playing on the server, is quite a lot, considering it's going to be full of bugs, it's going to be full of bots, and in that regard, it won't be too good. It will be fun, though, still. But $15 is quite a lot, and I reckon a lot of the people voting might not pay that, because that is a hefty fee. Over a year, that's going to be, like, if I get my maths right here, it's going to be 12 times 15, so that's $180 a year. That's quite a lot just to play on them 2007 servers. Now, 250,000 or more will reduce the fee to only $5 extra per month. That's about, you're going to be paying about the same as you're paying now on top, so you'll be paying double what you're paying now to have access to this game as well. In which in some regards it is pretty much a separate game. Now, it says the 2007 servers will come back with supported by a small development team, which would be able to be funded by the extra cash they're generating from this, and with a small with the small additional member fee of $5, like I said, and they will receive basic maintenance for bug fixes and little improvements. And there's a possibility that if it's required, so basically if the service gets botted, they might be able to integrate their modern anti-bot technology. So basically bot watch, which is currently being rolled out in the main game. But obviously that would be a hefty integration into them service, and that might take a while to come out, even if they do have to. Now, the next level is 500,000 or more votes. Now, in this one, there is no extra membership fee. So basically, with 500,000 or more votes, I'm guessing what they expect is because of the sheer amount of people interested in it, it will get more members back in general, because you have to be a member anyway to even play it. So you would have to pay to be able to be a member for the normal RuneScape to play this at all anyway. You can't just get a membership fee just for the 2007 server. Now, what they expect, obviously, is that a lot of old players would come back, and this would obviously be quite a lot of members. Now, they did say in the FAQ further down that they don't want to release how many members they actually have, but they said this level 4, which is 750,000 or more votes, is a stretch to get that many votes. It would really be very clear to Jagex what we want, and because I'm guessing that must have been quite near like 100% members, etc. So these two top levels might actually be quite a push. Now, the Wilderness vote got 1.4 million, but you got to think the game was a lot more popular than it then than it is now. So what will happen with that, I'm not sure. And I think removing the Wilderness, bringing the Wilderness back at that time was a huge mistake, and they really should have had the bot fix ready for the release. Otherwise, it shouldn't have been done, because I think the botting, when they brought that back, really did kill the game quite heavily. Now, on the 750,000 one, there is going to be the full whammy, pretty much. So you're going to get the game back, no member fee as usual, and there will be a free portion of the game available to all. So basically, the old free game will be available, and you won't have to be a member to play these servers. Now, the servers will receive continuous maintenance, the modern bot technology if it was needed, and crucially, this is the big one, is that regular members polls to determine which updates you want to see prioritized. So basically, obviously, from that date of August 2007, there has been updates and updates and updates, absolutely tons of updates since 2007 to 2013 now. And I imagine these polls would be to choose which of these updates people would like to see in the game. Now, I think things like overloads and extremes and turmoil is something that should be avoided, just simply for the fact that I think they're just a bit overpowered for the game back then, and I'd like the game to be stuck without them. That's part of the nostalgia of playing 2007 Scape. But I would love to see like stuff like Next added. Obviously, it's going to be very difficult without overloads, etc. There's going to be no summoning, but obviously the pool could add summoning. I'm not sure if I'd like that. I think it's kind of needed in some ways. If you want to go into God Wars, which I think God was out. I can't remember if God was out in August 2007. I really can't remember. But that one will be added, I imagine. And going to God Wars without summoning, without overloads, without turmoil, would be difficult. And one thing that I'm looking forward to is if everyone's starting from scratch, first the 85 Slayer for whips is going to make a freaking killing, man. As soon as you get a whip drop, you're going to be making absolute bank. The amount of players that will be wanting that whip when they get 70 attack, because effectively it's the best weapon in the game for training. But obviously the God Swords will be good again for killing the bosses. And it's just going to be nice that everyone's on an even playing field. Like, when you started RuneScape in the past, you've never been in an even playing field. You've always started after people are already much better than you. So that's going to be cool. Now, also on these servers, for the 750,000 one, the old graphics high... No, this is separate. This is separate. These servers at any of the above levels would be the exact version from back in 2007 and would maintain the old school. The old graphics high scores login and all of the same archived build would be retained. So basically you're going to have the old high scores, which are so much better than the crap ones we got now. Really, If they can bring the old high scores back for this, why not for why not for the real game or the current game? Because to me, the old ones are so superior, so much easier to read and compare with people. It really was a terrible update when they changed the high scores. But also, they said they wouldn't ever add any micropayments, which is also awesome, because obviously that would be a terrible thing if they added that. And that's really awesome. I think that's pretty awesome that you'd have the old login screen as well. If you remember that, I started in January, in about January 2007. I can't remember exactly when, and you had the old login screen with the grey background, the little tunnel of the torches, and you could hop world at the bottom left. I think when I started, you had to actually log out and go to the home page to change world. But whether I assumed they'd add the little hop button at the bottom left because that was really nice. So this will actually be a members-only vote. So if you're free to play, you will not be able to vote. Now, what they really want to do this for is because they don't want people to just create accounts to vote and vote again, which I think is something that happened with the Wilderness one. They want people to only have one vote, and it's a very difficult thing to manage, and that's what they're saying. This will ensure that the votes cannot be rigged. Now, this might be sad to a few free-to-play players who feel that their vote should count, but really, it's the members' money that's going to fund this, and I think it's the members' count that should... the members' vote that should really count a lot more. It's just, there's got to be perks of being a member, and that's it. Now, obviously, it doesn't fully stop someone voting from again, because you could make a new account by members, but you would be obviously wasting quite a lot of money to do that, just to vote. Now, this is a bad thing towards the vote, in my opinion, is the fact that it's just like the Wilderness one. There is no vote. So there is only a vote to vote yes. No vote to vote no, which I think that's kind of bad, because I think that's kind of unfair on the people who definitely don't want it, but oh well. I don't see really, there's not too many negatives to it coming out if you are not a fan of playing that game. Now, because they have said that it'll only be at first when the main game suffers. Now, as it says here, if you choose to abstain from voting, before you do so, please understand, the evolution of combat will not be removed from the main game in any event, although some of our resources and time would be reallocated initially to the reinstatement of the 2007 servers. Because obviously it's going to take a little bit of time just for the other staff to get them online, and obviously it would take them time to get some stuff in to run them servers. Obviously they don't know exactly when. So as I said, the poll will be live on the RuneScape's website from Friday the 15th of February, which is in 2 days' time, for the next 2 weeks. They said the Q&A session is going to be changed around, so the next Q&A session will be with Mod Mark, instead of who it is initially going to be with, and he will be discussing this poll in particular and the 2007 servers, which is quite cool. I like them Q&As, and that should be really interesting to see what Mod Mark has to say about it. And they said they will also upload a video on YouTube expressing these ideas. So, Modmark also said he wants to thank how much we have shown our devotion to the game and how passionate we are, etc. Blah blah blah. So that's pretty much the main meat of the post. And then obviously there's an FAQ around here just to talk, asking a few things. Will this split the community? Now this is a big one to me. If a lot of people did go on the old server, then it might reduce the amount of players on the main server. But they did say they don't want to split the community so much so, and it will support cross-version chat. That's what they're actually working on that right now, I think. So you'll be able to go on the 2007 server and chat with people that are on the current game, which is obviously a nice feature. And your account will be the same account for both, so you won't lose your name on the 2007 game. You'll log on this exact same account. They also said there would be no Squeal of Fortune, as I mentioned. There's something else I wanted to mention. I can't remember. Oh yeah, the economy. I think that's posted down here somewhere. It is somewhere. I'm not sure. But they did say the economy would be starting from scratch as well. So pretty much the whole game will be starting from scratch. You won't be able to trade from the 2007 server onto the 2013 server, or vice versa. You won't be able to trade either way. No items will exist in the first game, and I think that's going to be really interesting. I think it's going to be really interesting to see who gets the first skills up and who gets the first banner's chest plate and things like that. I think that'll be really fun. So I will be voting for it. I've got no reason not to, but Whether I play it so much, I'm not sure. I might do. Not 100% sure yet. I'll see what happens. But, yep, this is a big shot to me. Do post your opinions in the comments. I'll be interested to read them. So, just thanks for listening to me talk about this major post from ModMMG.